Okay, so we are doing skill 54 and 56. These are review skills for module 6, and we're doing it in class today with period 1. So if you guys hear chatter and you guys want to say hi. Hi. So when you go and watch the video tonight, you'll be like, hey, that's me. Okay. So this is our review skill. The big thing that we are making sure we need to do in this is order of operations, okay? So we need to remember order of operations is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication to division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right, okay? We also need to remember specific types of notation. So if we look here at, I'm just going to skip these. I'm going to jump down to try these number 1. So evaluate the expression given the variable and write each step. So you guys know that these little bubbles, these little squares, if they are too small for you, if it's not enough space for you, you can of course write that information down below where you can see things better. For me, I'm going to write this stuff down below so you guys can see it just a little bit better, okay? So we've got the equation 4a minus 6, and a is equal to 5. When you have a constant and a variable next to each other here, what does that operation indicate? What is that, Thorin? Multiplication, right? So this is a times 4. So we need to plug in our a variable. So we've got 4 times what? So 4 times 5 minus 6. Now, order of operations tells us we need to do what first? What do we need to do first, Alec? Multiplication. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, multiplication. So 4 times 5 is? One more time? 20. Yeah, 20. 20 minus 6 is? 14. 14. So our answer is? 14. So here it says the value of a minus 4a minus 6 is 14. So I just did this down here, but if we were to plug this in, you'd plug in 5, then you'd have 20 minus 6, and then you'd have 14. If you can fit it in those squares. Ultimately, show your work where you can fit it. Make sure you put your answer in the right spot. Okay, so far so good? Thumbs up? Okay. So we've got number 2, where the value of b is 4. And we've got the equation 1 times b divided by 2 plus 1. So we've got a lot of operations going on there. First thing we need to do is plug in our variable. So if we've got 1 times b is equal to what? Right, 4 over 2 plus 1. What is the first thing we need to do here? Is there any parentheses? No parentheses, but do you guys remember back in the beginning of the year when I told you that you can also say GEMDAS instead of PEMDAS because it can be grouping symbols instead of just parentheses? I'm going to say that I see a lot of heads nodding because you're not going to be able to know when you watch the video if that's true or not. Okay, so this fraction bar acts as a grouping symbol. So that means that you need to do the stuff on top of this fraction bar and the stuff before you can do this as a whole operation, right? So we need to take care of this 1 times 4 first. So what is 1 times 4? Please get this right. Yeah, you guys are genius. Awesome. So 4 divided by 2 plus 1. What happens next? Talia. Yeah, because this fraction is basically a division sign. 4 divided by 2 is what? 2. And then we finally get to add 2 plus 1 is 3. So the value of 1 times b divided by 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's super complicated looking, but it gets pretty simple answers, right? So we've got this last one, number 3. And the value of c is equal to 3, right? And we've got 2 times the quantity, that's how you would read this, times the quantity of 10 minus 3 to the second power. So this one has a lot of those. I'm going to go ahead and write this up here. Just to make sure we're going through that order of operations correctly. So if I've got 2 times 10 minus c, what is the value of c? 3 to the second power? You guys have a better copy. That's the second power, right? Not the third power? Okay, so what's the first thing I have to do? My grouping symbols, right? Parentheses, what? Grouping symbols. So that's parentheses, brackets, or a fraction bar, which is grouping the top and the bottom. Yes, Alec? Yeah, we're going to do this first. So we've got 2 times what? Which is what? Yeah. To the second power. Okay, so we've got grouping symbols or parentheses. We've got an exponent and we've got multiplication. What are we doing next? Yeah. We did that, right? So that's this. And then we've got, what's the E stand for? I love what I'm hearing. I don't think you're going to be able to hear it on the video, though. Exponents, yeah. So this is my base and my exponent here. So I've got 2 times 7 squared. Do you guys remember what 7 squared is? 7 times 7, right? 49. So I've got 2 times 49. 2 times 49 is what? Bust it out, someone. 98? Do we all agree that that's right? No? Someone's just feeling a little argumentative. 98. Okay, so does that clarify the way some of these are written? Some of you guys that had some questions already, does that clarify the way we need to walk through these? Yes, no, maybe? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Okay, so you guys, here's what you guys have this page now, right? It is 11 questions. I'm going to skip this right now and I'm going to go to the next examples because you guys can do this on your own. So the next skill that you guys are reviewing is skill 56, which is connecting words with equations. And this is tough for some of you guys because not only do you have to connect words with equations, but you have to put them in the right order. And I think that's where a lot of us find some of the biggest challenge in this is putting them in the right order. So we're going to go ahead and just jump down to try these. It wants you to write the operation and then the algebraic equation for the word sentence. You're not actually solving anything. If you guys are coming up with solutions right now, you've gone too far. It just wants you to find the equation. Okay? So 12 plus a number is 17. We are putting variables into algebraic equations. So what's the number that we're working with here? 12. What's our operation? Adding. 12 plus a number, this is our unknown, is 17. So how do you guys think that you would write that? So our operation first is what? Addition, right? I've run out of room. I'm going to write that down here. No, I'll write it up here. I'm going to make it fit. And then our equation would be what? So we're just going to turn this into an algebraic sentence, basically an equation. So 12 plus a number. What variable do you guys want to use? X, Y, N, Q? X? Comfortable with X? Plus a number is, anytime you see the word is, that is an equal sign. Is an equal sign. Okay? 12 plus a number is 17. You don't have to solve it yet. You just leave it like that. Could you solve it? You did, but you don't have to yet. All you got to do is find the question. You don't have to find the answer. Okay. So you found it, but what it wants you to do is just translate this directly. And that's going to be a fairly common error, so I'm glad we're doing this as a class so you guys can recognize that, because I'm sure you're not the only one that did that. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. The difference of a number and 1 is 2. The difference of a number and 1 is 2. What's our operation? Subtraction. Difference is subtraction. So we've got the difference of a number. What's our variable? What do you guys want to use for variable this time? X again? Are you guys comfortable with X? Okay. So x minus 1 is 2. The difference of a number and 1 is 2. Do you guys see how that translates? Is it coming together a little bit clearer? Okay. Let's check out number 3. A number times 3 is 15. So a number is our variable, times is our operation, and is our equal sign. So what is our operation? Times is what operation? Yeah, multiplication. So a number times 3 is 15. Can someone take a guess at what that might look like? Thorne, what do you think?
3x equals 15.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So you could write that 3x equals 15. You could write that 3 times x equals 15. You could write that. I wouldn't use this symbol because then you got 3xx, and that could be confusing. So I wouldn't use that one. But you can. But it's very confusing. I would use one of these two. And could you solve that? You could. Do you have to right now? No. How many times in math you just get to make questions and not have to find the answer? Not often. So take it while you can. So the last one here that we're looking at is number 4, the quotient of a number, or the quotient of 24 and a number is 6. Quotient is our operation, number is our variable, is our equal sign, 6. Can I hear from somebody what our operation is? Someone I haven't heard from yet? I've heard from both of you guys. I love that you, yeah, Tori, what is it? Division. Quotient is division. Quotient means the answer to a division problem. Are you always going to get straightforward language like this? No, sometimes they're going to use different vocabulary. So the quotient of 24 and a number is 6. What might that look like? Who's got a guess there? You got a guess? What do you think? 24 divided by 6 equals x. Close. Close. Because the answer is 6. The answer is not x. So you're close. Lane, give it a try. Yes, 24 divided by x equals 6. Because it is 6 right here. So that's saying the answer is 6. So you want to make sure that's on that side of the equal sign. So 24 divided by x equals 6. You could write it like that. You could write it 24 divided by x equals 6. That's kind of a silly way to write it. You could write 24 divided by x equals 6. You could write it all those different ways. Those are different forms to write that. Did I miss any? Okay. So then for practice, you guys have this page. It's 18 questions. For all of these, you don't have to solve it. You're just writing the equation. 1 through 18, you are just writing the equation. It gives you some word sentences here and some examples in case you forget, but it does give you a couple different vocabulary terms. So, you guys got this. Yeah? Feel good? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording then. Do you want to say something?